Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to our coaching sessions on the Beethoven 9. Today, sopranos, we are going to take a look at section 3, as I laid out. But I'm looking at the second half of section 3 today. So this is 3B, beginning on page 31. And this is the large fugue that takes place. Okay? So we're going to go through a text, and we're going to go through some of the parts, give you an opportunity to sing along with some things, and then off we'll go, all right? So on page 31, you'll see that this fugue is actually containing a couple of different themes. The first one, of course, is the one that you begin with, ladies, and that is the... So it's basically the theme of it's the Ode to Joy theme, right? But the difference in this case is now Beethoven has moved it into six beats in the measure. So at this point, the quarter note is still getting the beat. However, I must warn you that for the most part, the tempo of this is such that we feel this in 2. And as feeling this in 2, it's going to have that idea of almost like a little bit of a sway, a little bit of a waltz. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and etc. etc. Okay? So you want to feel that kind of swing going on. And then the second piece or the second theme of the fugue is begun by the altos, as a matter of fact, right underneath you from the very start. But you will sing a piece of this as well. And that goes... Okay, and it goes on from there, all right? So you, at some point, will indeed use that particular theme in your singing as well. And then there's a couple of places, Freudas, that gets interjected into things along the way. So we'll kind of work on this and break it down, obviously. We start at the beginning, and we'll talk text now in your part. The text for the melody is the Freude, schöne Goethe Funken, Tochter aus Elysium. Wir betreten feuertrunken himmlischer dein Heiligtum. All right? So that's the beginning text. Freude, schöne Goethe Funken. Tochter aus Elysium. Wir betreten feuertrunken himmlischer dein Heiligtum. And on the top of page 32, you have a Freude. And with those Freudas, you want to get a good rolled R going. The F a little bit before the beat and a good rolled R so that we get that vowel sound right on the top of the downbeat. Freude, okay? And usually with a good exclamation on the first syllable of the word, and then the second one is unaccented, and so a little bit less on the second one. Freude, okay? So, and then you can see that text is going to kind of repeat a little bit as you go. All right, so let's go bit by bit through this. This is one of the trickier things to do in this piece is the fugue, okay? So here we go, sopranos, beginning on the F sharp, all right? And at this point, let's sing it on do. We're going to just do it to begin with, and then from there we'll then put in some text, all right? But this will give you an opportunity to sing this on do as much as you need to. So we go 1 and 2 and do, 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 do. That takes us to the first bar, top of page 32. Okay? Good. I'm going to do that again, just like that, and then I'm going to go forward after that, all right? So here we go. One more time, top of 31. 2, and... do, 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 right, okay? So that's how it goes, all right? So as we're going to go on the top of page 32, all right, let's continue to sing on do. Bar 32, second bar. Ready? 1, 2, rest, rest. Do, do, and 1, 2, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, good. Let's try it again. Same thing. This gets a little struggling for me. I'm going to try to keep it my falsetto so that you're at least hearing it in this idea of your upper register, because that's where it's supposed to be. Now, if you want to take one of these run-throughs and do it down the octave for the practice, that's okay, because then you go back and try it again up the octave, but I'll keep it up the octave for the moment. So top of page 32, it'll be a 1 bar rest, and then we'll come in. Ready? And 1, 2, and do-do, and okay? Wir betreten dein Heiligtum. All right? So now, in order for me to sing this, I'm going to actually do this down the octave with the words. So we'll do the first 3 pages now down the octave with the words. All right? So I'll play it up in the upper octave, but I'm going to sing it in the lower octave. Ready? 1 and Freude, schöne Götter, Funken, Tochter aus Elysium, wir betreten Feu, ertrunken himmlische dein Heiligtum. 1 and 2 and Freude, and 1 and 2 and Freude, and wir betreten dein Heiligtum. So, just the articulations that I'm doing, though, I still want you to do. So I'm on the bottom of page 32, second measure, and those articulations is exactly how it is that I'd like it. Ready? And 1. Wir betreuten, I'm sorry, one more time, and a 1. Wir betreuten dein Heiligtum. Okay? All right, so that's the first few pages. Let's go on. Going to the top of page 34. All right? Still, this is now the second melody. The Seid umschlungen Millionen diesen Kuss. It's a nice open Kuss der ganzen Welt. Diesen Kuss der ganzen Welt. All right, we'll do the bottom of page 35, because then we go back to Freude schöne, the last bar, bottom of 35. So top of 34 to the bottom of 35 we go, singing it on do. Here we go. Ready? And 1. Do, 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 do. All right, good. Let's take a look at what happens in a couple of places. Number 1 is that jump at the bottom of page 34, last bar. Kuster. That's where it goes. Down to the F sharp. Then, what we're going to see then is also how it goes from the top of 35, last bar, to the bottom of the page. You move to a G sharp first, then to the G natural, then to the F sharp. So here's top of page 35. And that's how it ends up, okay? Good. Let's take a look at that one more time, top of page 34. Ready? And 1. Seid umschlungen Millionen diesen Kuss der ganzen Welt. Diesen Kuss der ganzen Welt, der ganzen Welt. All right, there we go. That was with the words. So now we got one time with the do, and a couple of times with the do, and then one time with the words. One more time, top of 34 with the words. Ready? And 1. Seid umschlungen Millionen diesen Kuss der ganzen Welt. Diesen Kuss der ganzen Welt. Der ganzen Welt. There we go. So, and then it goes on. The bottom of page 35, we'll go into this next section, okay? So the bottom of 35 begins with the melody again, and then we're going to do a little bit of Zeitumschlungen again on page 36 and 37. Here we go. We begin with do. Last bar, bottom of page 35. Ready? 1, 2. Do 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 do. Look at that. Pretty tricky, huh? Okay. Let's go back and do that much again just to make sure that we have that interval. That's how it ends up, all right? Sing again from the bottom of page 35 on do. Make sure you're keeping it. Now, you can rest a little bit by doing a couple of these exercises down the octave, but we got to remember to work it up high because that's where we have to sing it. Here we go. Last bar, bottom of 35. Ready? 1 and 2 and do 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 do. One, two, one. And then that goes into the long high A natural that's sustained on page 39. Good. Let's look again from the top of page 37, third measure. Okay, from third bar all the way until we get to the top of page 39. All right. I'll give you a full bar off and then that entrance in that measure, third bar. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 1. Zeitumschlungen Millionen, Millionen, whoops, sorry, ohnen diesen Gruß dersen. Pardon me, let's try that again, everybody. Enough problems with that time alarm. All right, one more time, top of 37. Ready, and 1. Zeitumschlungen Millionen, Millionen diesen Gruß der ganzen Welt, der ganzen Welt. All right? Okay, well, pretty close. Let's try it one more time. Same spot, top of 37. Ready, and 1. Zeitumschlungen Millionen, Millionen diesen Kuss der ganzen Welt, der ganzen Welt. So let me make a note for you. Bottom of page 38 in the third measure, you want to make sure you take a breath after Welt because that is the place in which you're going to skip through that high note that lasts all the way through page 39, okay? So let's just do the high note starting from that breath, bottom of page 38, okay? So we're going to look at the bottom of page 38, bar 1, 2, 3 down there. We'll do der ganzen all the way page through 39 into 40. Here we go. And 1. Der ganzen Welt, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 41. Der ganzen Welt. Off. And then you're off there. Okay? Great, great. So, everybody, we're going to go back to the beginning of this, run all the way through. We're going to do the end, next section that comes after page 40 in our another video. All right, so this is section B, top of page 31, and we'll start there singing through that whole thing. All right, here we go. Ready? There's our F sharp. All right, I'll give our tempo, and 1, 2, 1, 2. Freude, schöne Götter, Funken, Tochter aus Elysium, wir betreten feuertrunken, himmlische dein Heiligtum. 1, 2, Freude, and 1, 2, Freude, and 1. Wir betreuten Freude. Heiligtum. 1, 2, 1. Seid umschlungen Millionen diesen Kuss der ganzen Welt. Diesen Kuss der ganzen Welt, der ganzen Welt. Freude, schöne Götter, Funken, Tochter aus Elysium. Whoops, what did I do? Bottom of page 35, folks. I think I messed up the words. Here we go, last bar 35. 1 and 2 and Freude, schöne Götter, Funken, wir betreuten feuertrunken, himmlische dein Heiligtum. Seid umschlungen, 1, 2, 1. Seid umschlungen, Millionen, Millionen, diesen Kuss der ganzen Welt, der ganzen Welt. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 40. Der ganzen Welt. All right. Woo! That is a long bit, that high note there, all right? So you can start to practice it, to hold the long notes and do all that kind of stuff, okay? And stretch yourself on that a little bit, all right? So work on that sopranos. That's a tough part for you. Up and down the octaves, break things up into smaller pieces just like I did. Repeat those sections, review the video and all that kind of stuff, all right? And we'll see you next time.